Good day, Navsgain, and welcome back to all my zombie slaying friends. So in this episode, I wanted to test out some of a base design that I've used in Alpha 16 for a long time. It is very much an in-game base, especially in Alpha 17. It takes a lot of work, even in creative mode, to build this base. So again, you're not doing it without an auger, but if you get to that point where you've got a lot of resources and some time on your hands, you want to develop an in-game base, something that's more for us Morlocks who like to dwell underground. This is a design you can check out. If you've got any ideas or thoughts on how I can make it better or do something differently or what I did wrong, leave some comments below. I look forward to hearing anyone. So yeah, I used the digging tool for a lot of that, and I cut out a lot of the grind here. See, I went all the way down to bedrock. Bedrock is +3 in this seed. I don't know if that's a standard thing now for Alpha 17. I haven't really tried it in any other seeds, but I know with the height increasing to, for the gyrocopters and the buildings and stuff, I think they increased the bedrock levels. I haven't seen a lot of YouTubers doing much underground. Alpha 17 is not very friendly to the underground builder, with zombies being able to come and sense you relatively close to the surface. I've seen, I think Capp00 did something where it looks about 30, somewhere between 30, maybe 45, I can't remember. If I can remember, I'll link that video below in the comments, but show that zombies can detect you pretty deep into the ground, so you can't hide from it just by going under. I use the metal spikes for this design. Used to, we turn them upside down, but it's not something you can do anymore. Quarter blocks, so you could repair the spikes from underneath. Again, this is a tried and true build from Alpha 16 that I use. So we spawn in some farmers here. You'll notice on top side I did 4 different types of sides, just to see if the zombies would behave differently depending on what side they spawned in on. And so the farmers, they just walked off the edge, dropped in. Okay, so no problem there. That was as expected. But pretty significant design flaw I noticed real quick. So where did all the farmers go? Some falling down, taking damage on the spikes. But but there was already a big group that fell down. So where are they? They can't figure out a way to get to you, so some of them just stood there, until you get their attention. Oh, there they are. Yeah, they all fell through the quarter blocks. So, note to self, don't do quarter blocks in your underground design, because the zombies will just fall right through them. They ragdoll right through them. Did not expect that. I'm glad I wasn't in a real game, because that would have been a pretty significant problem on a Horde night if the zombies were just falling through. So we got to do a bit of a reset here. Let's go through and replace all of those quarter blocks with solid blocks. With 3 out, it shouldn't be that big of a problem to repair your spikes, but I've noticed with these metal spikes, the hitboxes for repairs is kind of wonky. So yeah, it could be a problem if you decide to go this direction. There's some ways around it, doors and things higher up where you can then come out and, reverse an old nerd hole down so you can get to them and repair them. Or what I normally do on these builds is I'll build an area on the other side of the spikes so that you can have, if you're in multiplayer, me and Ben usually are playing together, you can have someone on the outside and someone on the inside, and That way you can get to the zombies from both sides. You can also do your repairs from the other side, so it shouldn't make any problem. The metal spikes seem to work pretty good. They kill off the zombies fairly quickly. And you can see this is a toothy design to see if they run and jump. They did not. They just run and fall. And down the stair ladders we go, and I broke my leg. That was awesome. But you see the zombies, they fall, they hit the spikes, they ragdoll, they die. So these regular zombies are just pretty much getting wrecked by the spikes. Not a whole lot you got to do here. Yeah. Something else I've noticed that, you know, in Alpha 16, you could usually swing about about 2 blocks out. You could hit a zombie. That is not the case in Alpha 17. If they are not in that block right in front of you, you're not hitting them. It doesn't matter where you put your cursor. So that's another change, and you know, would maybe make you reconsider this kind of design. You're going to have them right up against the wall to be able to hit them. Now you can shoot them with arrows or guns or whatever, and if you're in game you should have guns. So we bring some more zombies looking through the pole side. Again, they just fall right down. They do a little bit of wandering up there. And I took care of him because he was annoying me. So he didn't want to play games. Down the ladder. And here they are. Now they've wrecked the spikes pretty quickly. And you can see when they're close up, and just, you know, they batter, and swing and clobber them in the melon. They're on a pretty good level for you to do that. Again, proof of concept, it works. If you're set to default and you got eight zombies, it's really not that big a deal. You can work through them pretty quick, even with just melee weapons or, you know, anything else you got in the end game. So they weren't jumping, so I wanted to try something different here. I went, instead of a gap of 3, I went with a gap of 2. Part of that too was, you know, the zombies, they fall, they hit the spikes, they ragdoll, and then they die. You know, and you know, will a 2 gap work just like a 3 gap will work? And then that shortens your build time a little bit. It also, you know, amount of resources you need is a bit less if you're just doing a 2 wide drop. Now that might be a problem if you got zombie bears. So we bring in the old spider zombies to see how they respond. They don't make it through the poles, which is one of the things I wanted to test. So they jump, they fall down here, end up on the spikes. So they have trouble getting through the poles, so that's good. That's still a viable defense. One of the reasons why I did this too, you know, big shout out to Games4Kickz. I was watching a video of his the other night. He was talking about, you know, some questions about setting up underground and if that was viable or not. Now, on the toothy structure, you can see that the zombies make it through. So the toothy structure is still something that, you know, the spider zombies can make through. You might even have random zombies that can jump through that, but you know, that's a early game design I use a lot of times, is that toothy structure. And again, credit to Games4Kickz. First time I ever saw it was in one of his really old videos, I think going back maybe to Alpha 15. But he was talking about doing some underground base designs. He's been getting some questions about it, and I had done this before the stable version came out. I thought I'd release it. Here come the ferals. See how they, you know, act. They do run around a little bit more. They didn't just jump and fall off. So they do come down here and stack up. They like to stand on each other's heads. And they start beating on the walls. The spikes, they do some damage to them, but unlike the other zombies, it's not, you know, it's not life-ending for them. So you gotta get in there and mix it up with melee. And for anyone who hasn't watched any Games4Kickz videos, I don't know what rock you've been living under if you're a 7 Days to Die gamer, but I will leave a link in my description beneath to his YouTube channel. It's also in my featured channels as well as some other YouTubers I like to watch. And I appreciate everyone in the community posting, testing. It's always interesting. So the ferals make it through, but just barely. And if you're concentrating on repairing it, then I think you could probably stand up to some ferals. But easy enough to fix. And then I wanted to try the cops. Cops are game wreckers, base wreckers here in the game. So if you can survive cops coming along, you can pretty much survive anything. So I brought in some cops. See how they handled it. And we got them flying around, and they're down here taking damage. Now these aren't the irradiated ones, but they do their thing. They blow up and all that fun stuff. So there he goes. Boom. Another one. Boom. So that's one of the problems with the spikes and the cops, is it'll just wreck them. And so you got to watch out. You got to actively defend. But thank you for watching. Let me know your thoughts. If you've got any other base designs for Underground, I'd be happy to see. Check it out, or test it out myself. And leave a like, give me a follow on Diogen2, or subscription if you're so inclined. Thank you again, and see you next time.